Looks like it's going to be video day today. Saturday, the 7th of September, 2024. It's almost practically 7 o'clock, except for about a minute's difference. Still West Coast time over here. Okay, I did my politics. Did personal confidential out there. And now I got to talk about anything else going on. Yeah, now we open up the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. Almost forgot that tagline. I don't use it as much. Okay. Tomorrow is an anniversary of my brother's passing. It's going to be about 6 years. September 8th, 2018, 5:30 in the morning. And it was hard as hell for me to be up that early, but Dad just got put to bed. We already came home from the hospital. He had been suffering through um, blood sugar, had to be lowered down a bit. He was sent over to the hospital by emergency, and he's coming home with a slight fever. Can't do anything about the damn slight fever. But he already been discharged, so we got an ambulance ride, courtesy of his insurance company. We got him settled out, and if he had lived long enough, he would have been able to get his own wheelchair so he can roll it around, or for a wheelchair rental. Didn't work too well for him. He wakes me up about 5:30, somewhere in that time, and he's telling me that he can't breathe. He had already been suffering through transischemic attacks for about a month or two of it. It's been affecting his mobility and his speech, and it gotten worse. So I'm up calling 911, telling him what's going on. Expecting another damn ambulance ride, get the gear together, get my dog put away. House secured. Ambulance there, taking him out. He's trying to communicate with him. He's trying to walk. He's trying to be put into the stretcher. I'm thinking, oh God, we've been already to the hospital. Why are we doing this shit again? Call up people again, texting and online messages. Needing a ride home just in case. For the both of us, or maybe one of us. If I was going to stay there overnight, I would have. But they don't allow families to do that all that often. But if we're talking about an emergency room, yeah, I'd stay there all night if I had to. I would. I'd stay with my brother one way or another. Didn't know that was going to be the last night. I didn't know that was going to be the last day for him. Fought like hell. And I go into the emergency room when we get over there. I mean, I had to wait for a little time. I lost track of it. And then guard escorts me over to Trauma 1. And that's where I saw what I didn't want to see. I expected my brother to yell and scream, but I didn't. I yelled and screamed at a dead body. I yelled and screamed at a corpse. Security was coming around the corner after they heard me yelling and screaming and disturbing everybody else. Trying to motivate a corpse to move. And I left. I was talked to by, not security, but by pastoral. And I had to make the announcements to people. Somebody came by to give me a ride home. Had to come back over to the hospital by another person give me a ride up and back. It was hard as hell to deal with that one. I had his personal effects with me. Had his personal effects with me. stopped for a bit of breakfast because I was hungry and didn't even realize it. Came back home. I didn't know what the hell to do. Blur. Contacting people left and right, not to mention I have to deal with management and I have to deal with bed bugs in this place. Mattress, my own mattress contaminated. I was wondering how come I had these damn red welts on me. I found out that I had bed bugs in this place. It was a nightmare during that time. I was just trying to get into school during that time. I mean, just after COVID kicked, no, before COVID kicked in. I was going to start up another semester. Dave and I already had arguments on this one. He wanted me to continue on. I wanted to stay home and take care of him, but I wanted to continue on too. But if David was going to get worse in his care, I had to take care of him. I had to take care of his body. I had to make our funeral arrangements. I had a friend help me make funeral arrangements, just crematory arrangements. Fuck. I was numb. I was in a state of shock. I couldn't cry. I was on automatic. I was put on survival mode at that point. Things were coming up and I had to take care of them. I had to take care of them. I had to take care of them. There was no time, no chance for sleep. You had to take care of this stuff. You had to kick yourself in the ass. Sleep, what's that? You don't sleep. But if you do sleep, sleep a few hours and that's about it. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. You got bed bugs in the bed I had to take care of. I had to get products to take care of the damn sons of bitches. Switch to a different bed. Move things around from one room to another room so I can have a place to sleep. Make sure that the mattress I got was not contaminated. Told by management in this place that I had to get things bagged up because they want to do a complete cooking in this whole apartment. Meanwhile, I'm still not grieving over David because I had to survive, keep a roof over the head, argue with management, stressing out like crazy. I get the apartment. Same place my brother died in. I've been living here ever since. Got rid of the bed bugs by cooking the place. At that time, I had some friends to stay over with me to help me out. And not staying in the cooking process, but somewhere else. And we cooked off the bed bugs. And I had to deal with bags of stuff all over the place. I also had a new bed to sleep in. I still got to get rid of that man mattress. I abused it. I killed it. I got a hole in it. It's expensive to get a new box spring for a twin. I still went to school. And getting COVID kicked in. And during those days, that's when I really started to grieve. That's when it was really coming out. I hadn't stopped. I get triggered easily. It's only a matter of time before the waterworks come because something innocuous will hit and then I'll go at it. Right now I'm doing online courses because of my dog, caregiver to her. And it's easier for me to do things like this. I had gotten to the point, used to the point of going to school, but then COVID shut us down and then do things online, got used to that, and go back to school again in person. It was getting harder and harder to deal with that one, but I was struggling with that. But as my mother's condition, my little dog's condition is getting worse, I can stay home and take care of her. She still shows signs of life. She's able to get around. She'll whine like crazy, but she's able to get around. And she'll be able to run around when she wants to. When she's able to. So, the online course is at my own pace to a point. Still got to get the work done. And right now, I'm just worried about my dog and trying to take it easy this morning for a Saturday. Gets harder and harder for this anniversary coming up for me to deal with. Sometimes I'm starting to worry about what the hell I'm going to do for the anniversary instead of just letting it go. I'm focusing more on my brother's death instead of his birth when he was alive. Dave never bothered with his birth date. That's stuff for the last several years of his life. He'd hear it. He said, "Don't say it." I didn't say a word. I know that look in your face, John. What? I didn't say a word. Don't say it. What am I not saying? Don't even wish it. I'm not saying a word, Dave. I'll just look at him, that's all. I knew what you were going to say, weren't you? Dave, I didn't say a word about being happy birthday. There, you said it. What did I say? We'd have those kind of little things going on. It's those little things that you realize that you can't do that with your loved one, family members. I had more arguments with him than I had with Ma. But then again, we weren't going in knockdown, drag downs all the time, just little banters. But Dave and Ma would banter with each other all the time, try to get me into it. He'd get me flustered and pissed off because I wasn't on her level. But still. Ma passed away in 2013, February. 2 days on her, February 1st and then the 19th. I brought her back to life on the 1st. But then she slowly declined until the 19th, signed off the paperwork, and then machines turned off. She's slowly gone. She left. She left. So I'm dealing. I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to function. I'm trying to do something. Drinking coffee for breakfast. I should be getting something else for my gut. I had a dealing with the day of my mother's death. Anniversary comes in. I'm just talking about it beforehand and get triggered, and the rest of the day I'm just depressed as hell, crying my eyeballs out. When David died back in 2018, I just started class, and I had to cancel it all because I couldn't deal with it. I had to take about a semester and a half off before I could crawl my ass back into class. Fall was off, winter was off, come back in the spring. Take that particular course, 2019, and what do we get to deal with? Well, maybe I get a class or two down my throat, but then COVID kicks in. Change things around from in-person to Zoom. You think days like this are not that hard to deal with? They're hard. I look at it, I feel it, and I want to throw up. I'm having a hard time dealing with a few things here and there because I am reminded too much of what's happening around me. I like to run and hide from all of this stuff and just pretend it's not there, but it's not. I can't do that. I wanted to celebrate a day which celebrated a science fiction show that spawned something that they still can't define these days, not even the fans. Yet. It has to be marred up with a day that I have to figure out that it sucks. It's an anniversary date of my brother's passing. And it still kicks my ass. People keep wondering online, does it get any better? Maybe it's the artificial bots out there asking the damn thing. Maybe they're real people. I don't know. All I know is I hadn't stopped. I really hadn't. I lost a lot of people and pets in my lifetime, but I hadn't mourned and grieved. I've been constantly working for survival. Rent had to be paid. Food had to be got. Bills had to be paid. Ma and Dave had to be taken care of. Things had to be taken care of. Screw what the hell I feel at this point. I still had to put things in perspective and just know, keep going forward. Always forward. Didn't matter how I was feeling about the situation. Didn't matter if I was trying to tear myself apart left and right. And yes, I was tearing myself apart left and right on this one because I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't function. Still not able to function very well. Back then, I had to stuff it down until Ma passed, and then Dave and I went over to recovery meetings. And being a recovering alcoholic addict when he was alive, me, an alcoholic too. He had long-term sobriety, and I only had short-term during that time. But he died 32 years clean and sober. I think he had about, my day was about '06. Yeah, '06. October 10th, '06. That's a long while. Yeah. But even then, staying at the places like that, we've tried to focus on other things without feeling the pain. I tried to do a tribute to my mother. I saw this once at a memorial service we went to for a friend. And a lot of people in recovery were there because they knew this guy very well. And the artistry that they actually had for the tribute, I was looking at it like, I wish I could do something like that for Ma. So I had to dig around on a computer I actually had over here and found a program that I could actually use and do. And I did. It took me a couple of weeks to work on it. But it was doing a number on me too. It really was. I found the selections that Ma would have liked. I found all the pictures I could. So I made the tribute to it. Almost like what I was seeing in that service. I really hit emotional nerves on Dave. I really did. He was so damn choked up, he says, "It's perfect. Don't ever show it to me again." And I never did, but I did load up on his phone in case he wants to see it in private. He was that kind of a private individual when it came down for his pain. And him crying. Except when we lost Ma. We came back home after we signed the paperwork. Actually, he signed the paperwork, and it was on February 19th. We had a friend of ours with us. Cried a little bit in the car, but then we got home and we bawled after we heard the call from the doctor's office. After life support was taken off for about an hour and a half, the body never recovered. Ma was truly gone, and that devastated us. A few weeks later, we're going through stuff, and we saw a container that actually had some important papers in it, and pictures and doodads that Ma collected. It was one of those doodads that Dave and I looked under and really had a ball out on that one. I had open heart surgery when I was 4 years old, back in 1970. I was born with crooked limbs and a hole of plumbing, literally. The heart was leaking. Nitro valves weren't working. Bad blood mixing into good blood, which made me feel like lousy crap. Oh, just crap, period. Sharp-eared pediatrician here heard it, put me in a hospital. Next thing I know, within 24, 48 hours, I'm going on a heart surgery. I died 3 times on the table and came back to life 3 times. One hole got patched, the other one got sewed up, and the other one left alone. But I kept monitoring for about 20 to 25 years until there was no issue with it. Yeah. once in a while I get it checked out just to see if it's still alive. If it wasn't, I'm not going to be here. But there was a letter that my brother wrote to the doctor who passed it off to Ma, who kept it. And we read that letter. David and I did. Weeks after Ma passed away, and that's when we had the ball out. But after David died, things are still going screwy emotionally. We already lost a best friend and surrogate mother. After Mama died, we also lost another dog. So things weren't exactly all that peaches and cream. Emotionally, emotional wreck during those times. I tried to keep it in together. But after nearly several months, it just had to burst open, and anything that was starting to trigger, I was trying to figure out what the hell was I triggering for. Why am I crying all of a sudden? I didn't even realize it until I started realizing things were affecting me, associating with me, and I had to concede that I needed to talk to a therapist. I tried talking to a therapist after Mama's passing, but it didn't last too long. It didn't. Anniversaries would come up, and I tried to talk to the therapist about it during those anniversaries, but 20 or 30 minutes and just about it. Shit. Sometimes I'd had to have the therapy before the anniversary or even afterwards, but on the anniversary, hardly. But now, I've been dealing with this for about, I don't know how long. I lost count. I send messages over to my therapist. Anniversary's coming up, and I know she's going to be talking with me about it. It'll be happening this week. There's other things that have been triggering me left and right. But anniversary is one of those times that's going to be hard. I'm thinking, and it's a dumbass idea anyway. I was thinking of doing a camera shot and just how do you do an anniversary without cheapening and making it crap? How do you make it crap? Basically, you treat it as if it is a news cycle. You treat the thing as if you've got to do a story on the damn thing. And really make the whole day and whole situation cheap and superficial. And then feel like crap the rest of the time afterwards. I can't smile on days. Most days I don't smile enough. Unless, of course, I'm going to make some kind of weird side crack joke or relate that to something that actually tickled my funny bone. But I can't laugh regarding loss of people I cared and loved. The grief is that intense that there is no laughter. There's only tears and pain. I am constantly reminded of their loss. The cabinet here that you see on my left shoulder, top portion has the ashes of pets and my family. Dishes that we used to use in our lifetime. I can't, in good conscience, try to make a cheap ass video just to lighten my own damn mood. People say, why don't you lighten up and laugh and just let it go? Like, you don't understand. Some people actually had learned to let it go when they could. They still feel the pain, but if they've got someone else in their life, maybe they got the distraction that they need. I don't have it. I'm taking care of a dog right now that I know is going to be passing away, and it still kicks my ass, and I can't get past it. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Once I lose her, I don't know. It scares me on how to deal with it. It just scares me. Something I can't define, and yet I'm trying to define it. So I can put it into a box and just get rid of it, compartmentalize the damn thing. I can't. I've been around death too long in my lifetime. I've been touched by it too much. I've seen friends and loved ones and pets go. And hardly a tear shed or major movements of emotions going on. It's just Ma. And then there was Mary Dolores Butcher's Reeve. And then a dog of mine, a Papia and black and white terrier mix named Little Boy. I seen struggle with a stroke. And we couldn't help him. But we had to put his body to sleep. And it was one of the hardest damn days because I couldn't even deal with it. I felt like I was really broke until my brother passed away. I am having hard times and hard days of functioning. How am I supposed to function? How am I supposed to live? How am I supposed to deal? I'll wake up with these questions sometimes in my head, or if I'm lucky enough, I'll be dealing with a backache. So I can gripe and grumble at the world and know I'm still alive. And dealing with hunger pains or bathroom breaks. Trying to maintain a vigilance of my dog all the time. Making sure she's alright. Dealing with a constant bug war. Dealing with online classes now. It's all I can handle. Superfluous stuff online is everything else happening surrounding my world. I sometimes have to turn that shit off. Veg out on cartoons or something like that. But knowing that sometimes even those will trigger me. I haven't turned on any movies I like. I'll get triggered because of the themes that they have on there. Family. Hugs. Groups. I'm having a hard time dealing with that. I'm having a hard time dealing with that. I feel the pressure and I feel the waterworks happening right now. Because of the triggers, have already been said, memories, sight sounds, senses, reacting to them. My body's building up. My brain is building it up. I've seen my images of my family on a constant basis. On my phone, on my computer screens, over here. I'm constantly reminded they're gone, they're dead, in this world, in this realm. And their absence just keeps getting worse and worse. Some days I'm able to deal, and other days I'm not. Some people are looking at me for guidance on this stuff. They're going through it for the first time. I'm not a guru, damn it. I've been surviving all my life. It's not until I got broken, just when Mama's time when she passed, that was it. I was broken. Everything else I had tried to be Johnny on the spot. And I barely remember if I actually had cried for no apparent reason. Because I had been surrounded by my family. My family. My mother and my brother. and dogs. I had support. A lot of shit could be happening. Move out from one place to another place. An earthquake happens. A natural disaster. Something. And then I'd have to survive and think about how to deal with that. But not crying for the people I had lost in my life. That meant a damn thing to me. Aunts, uncles, cousins, a grandmother, beloved pets, friends, or surrogate family members. I held back on those feelings. I kept them in check. I kept them solid. I had to survive. And yeah, sometimes I would survive. I would laugh at other things. Try to yellow this stuff. Never realizing that I was going to be a broken human being afterwards when my pillars of strength and support are gone. And how was I supposed to deal with that? How was I supposed to deal with that? How is the thing plaguing my subconscious to the conscious level? How am I supposed to deal with it? I had to deal with it. I tried to do survival techniques that didn't work. Tried to mentally shut off the pain and it didn't because I get triggered left and right. And now I realize what those triggers are. There's some of them and they're still plaguing me and I'll go through it. But at least I know what they are. I'm not afraid of them. But I'm not looking forward with anticipation and glee over the damn stuff. I know it's going to be putting me through a depressional headlock where I have to grieve in detail what I have to do with the intensity of the damn thing, and I'm not looking forward to it. I never do. But it happens. And a subtle thought or subtle action or something subtle will happen. And then boom. Then boom. Am I cursed? No. Am I human? Yeah. I'm human. I have to make these videos. I have to keep doing the audio recordings. I have to keep doing this. I'm locked into this pattern of constantly pouring my heart and soul out, my thoughts out. Whether or not there's going to be a change in it that either shows I'm going downhill or just maintaining. I don't know what being recovered is for grief. To me, there's no recovery. I had survived, and now I can't survive longer. And now I struggle. Is it okay? No. There's no pills, no magic potions, no medicinal stuff. I simply have to go through it. I'm not Hercules. Not in any form or passion or function. No way. I'm a human being struggling through this stuff on a constant basis. And not too many people will be talking about their feelings and their thoughts about this stuff. Not too many people will be opening up because it's too damn private and it hurts like hell. I know it. Trust me, I know it. It's not that easy opening up to people about this when they're crying their eyeballs out. Especially when they get a trigger and then they don't know how to deal with it. Or even if they are in a place to deal with it, they can't deal with it. They don't want to deal with it. They want to be strong for everybody else. But the thing is, when they're starting to lose their support and their strength and their pillars that they lean on, who the hell have they got to lean on? How many people have we lost who've lost having a pillar of compassion, of courage, or something like that to put them on that level? This isn't the easiest damn thing for me to talk about. I never expected me to put myself on a camera, let alone an audio recording all the damn time. Constantly using this damn thing. I'm constantly talking about myself. I'm constantly chewing up flash drives left and right. This past week I got another drive ready to go. When this one I'm working on goes out, when it's full, I'll plug in another one, and it'll be about 2 or 3 more weeks of me pouring out my heart and soul sometimes. If I'm lucky enough, I'll stretch the damn thing out for another month. Just for the next months of allotment of disability, I can actually get me another drive to continue on. I'm having too many containers full of these drives of talking about me all the damn time. I'll bore the crap out of people left and right. I got a YouTube channel that bore the crap out of people. They may leave in droves. Go ahead. Go ahead. You don't want to see a guy breaking down. You don't want to see a guy not being a guy, not being a man. A man, you have to man up with this damn shit. I keep telling you fuckers, and then my language is going to get saltier and saltier. But I don't give a rat's ass on that shit. I've earned it of cursing and cussing out like crazy. But it doesn't mean I have to. I'd seen a kid murder. I read the reports. A father hands a weapon to a kid and starts killing people. The kid starts murdering. Other kids like him murder other kids or other adults and try to get away with it. Some actually don't. Either killed by a cop or kill themselves. You get rid of the damn pain and they realize what the hell they do, and then they think they're going to be protected in heaven. Oh hell no! They're going to get reamed on that one because of the beliefs that we're taught to believe in. Murder sucks. Murder is not allowed at all. Period. We're told don't kill, don't murder. But what do we do to each other? We kill each other. We murder each other for whatever reasons. I haven't. I say scenes like this. I see the pain. I see the agony. Not just on the victims' faces, but also on the asshole who did it. And I keep trying to figure out what the hell were you trying to get yourself away from? What level of pain were you dealing with that you just didn't want to deal with it anymore? That you want to suicide by cop or just by suicide period? That you couldn't deal with it. You couldn't deal with the agony of losing something or losing someone, losing your own damn mental faculties for whatever reason. Somebody pissed you off enough that you wanted to go out there and kill him, and that was just a juvenile reaction. But now you got to pay for it as an adult, kicking yourself and screaming at yourself all the damn time. Maybe if once in a great while you get a fluke where you get either a mistrial or charges dismissed. Or maybe the court was lenient on you. Maybe the jury was lenient on your ass. And you get out enough. Start bragging about your damn shit. Yeah, I'd seen assholes do that too. I'm talking about my own personal crap. I'm talking about how I'm trying to deal and trying to cope with it. It sounds like I'm trying to say, pity me, because I'm doing this damn shit. I'm saying the same thing's going to happen to you unless you already know it's already happening to you and you just don't give a shit. Or you're so damn wound up that you can't feel it just yet. You're not broken. You're not there yet. And you will know it. And people have already been there and know it. They'll see it. They'll see it through your eyes. They'll see it in your body stance. They'll hear it in your speech. They'll feel your vibes. They'll know. I never expected or wanted subscribers or people follow my ass. I should be probably insulted like crazy, but I'm grateful. I think I'm grateful for it. I'm not asking for a hell of a lot of people. I'm not looking for loyalty. I never had been. I've had too many people backstab my ass already. I've heard people try to swear loyalty and then try to backstab my ass. So, the subscribers come and they go. Whoever watches it, watches it. But at least I'll put my story out there. At least share my pain with everybody else out there and just let them know that it's okay to be human. It's okay to feel this. It's okay if you feel like you're the most miserable sot in the universe. To know that you're still human. There are people out there actually listen and care. I can't say about loving your ass. Maybe there will be. For me, I don't know. I don't know. Anniversaries come and they're going. Birthdays come and go when they were alive. And I'm still dealing with what limited time I've got left on this earth. There are things I still want to take care of. I'm trying to take care of my own emotional needs while taking care of other needs. It's a bitch. It's a real bitch. It's a pain in the ass. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I ain't superhuman. Screw that noise. Everyone expects me to be a quote-unquote man. They don't know what a man is. Give me a fucking break. All this macho bullshit. Yeah, strength necessary. Try to show how tough you are. You're not tough. Not until you go through this shit. You tell me how tough you are is when you're going through the emotional shit, tearing your ass apart. It's just as deadly and dangerous as the physical crap. You can't drown it. You can't drag it away. You have to face it and confront it up front. You tell me how you're going to be able to deal with this kind of level of pain that you have. Level of loss. How many people did you pour your heart and soul over and it's still tearing your ass apart, whether they be alive or dead? You tell me face to face how you're dealing with it. Look me in the eye. I'll look in the eye to see if you got that level of pain, that intensity. My vibes will be feeling your vibes to see whether or not if you got it. Some people can put on an armband, just deal with it for a short time, but then have to move on to survive. I call it the moleskin on the soul. Moleskin. To use those things, the physical contraptions, to take care of calluses and blisters and stuff so we don't have to feel them as much. A blister's screaming out for attention and pain because they wanted to be attended to. Much like the pain we have in our hearts and souls and minds. We have the triggers. We could just stand there looking at another person, just off to the side. And we're seeing memories flash before our eyes, and then there's the pain. There's the loss, the emptiness. Hearts, souls are wrenched. Before you know it, people are wondering how come you're crying in the middle of wherever you're standing. It's because no rhyme or reason to explain it to them. The pain level hits. It hits hard. There's no way of explaining it to them except tell them that you're fine. You're basically frustrated, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. You ain't lying. You're feeling it. All that emotions, all that love, all that investment you made into it. And now it's gone. Hurts like hell, part of your heart and soul ripped out. I made some gross remarks a long time ago about that. Take out your beating heart while it's still beating, put it into a quiescent heart, and then grind this thing up, and let's see how you feel it. And there are probably people like, ew. I'm like, if you feel the damn thing, you're feeling pain. You know it more. You're getting ground up, and it feels like that. Or worse. And sometimes it drains you dry. I've had a full cup of coffee for the past couple of hours. I haven't had anything in my gut. No milk, no fruit, no nothing. I feel like I just want to pass out. Sleep if I can. Maybe in my dreams I'll have the forever sleep. Who knows? If I do that, I hope the pain is not there, and dreamland I can try escaping it. I can deal with things in their different constructs. Incomplete, but just deal with things. But the thing is, I wake up in the morning and I realize in my dream I'm still feeling the same damn backache. I still feel the lumpiness of my damn mattress trying to kill me. I'm still breathing out of a CPAP mask. And I'm hearing my dog groaning in her sleep. I'll know I'm alive. And then the bladder will kick in and I have to run to the bathroom. You know you're alive during that time. I want to go back to sleep so damn badly, it's not even funny. But this is about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but I've only had about an hour and a half sometimes. So yeah, during this time, I'll be heading back to bed and sleeping until about 10 o'clock. By that time, I'll have to make grocery orders for stuff. So I have to, probably tomorrow, stretch out what I have and deal with the grocery run tomorrow for a Sunday. But for Saturday, I think I'll just sleep in a little bit more. I discovered I'm getting more and more naps these days. I need them. I don't do the 6 to 8 hours any longer. I think I spewed so much right now as it is. I'm going to be chewing up 2 minutes gigs on this one, so I'll just talk at you later, guys.